Hello my friends and Happy New Year. Welcome to 2024. Full disclosure, I filmed this already way back in November. I then was starting to edit it, didn't like the edit, and then I kind of forgot about it and I never uploaded it. So we're going to redo it and I'm going to do it better this time. Anyway, we're going to be talking about 2024 Kinbor planners that I purchased. I realize that the year has already started, but I always know that there are people who are still interested in trying something else anyway, or they haven't purchased anything yet. So this will still be relevant for the entire 2024 year. I also pulled my Stology. This is my old, xoxo. Wow. And then another Kinbor, and full disclosure, I cannot find my Hobonichi dupe anywhere. I have an A6 somewhere. I cannot find it, which really upsets me. I can't do a side-by-side. However, I will link up here my full walkthrough. So I realize that that is not ideal, but I've been looking for about 2 months and I just can't find it. So these are the two planners that we're going to be looking at. This one is a full weekly, as you'll see in a moment, and then this is just like a Hobonichi dupe daily. We have the dimensions right here on the package, so I'll go over that quickly. This is a true A6, so it is 105 by 148 millimeters. And the weekly is a very strange size. It's 120 by 190 millimeters. It doesn't seem to really be any kind of a standard size, which is weird. So if you want a cover for it, you're going to have it custom made. This here is also one of the weeklies that Kinbor does. It's an undated, and this size is a standard. So if you have a standard size cover, notebook, whatever, this is going to fit. But as you can see, this is weird. This is not a B6. This is not an A6 slim. It's just kind of its own weird size. But you know, it's Kinbor, so they're going to do some weird things every now and then. They both came with this little booklet, although the one to my purple one has already been misplaced. And basically, it's just telling you, like, just giving you ideas on how to use the different sections. If you have the Google Translate app, that would be helpful. So let's do this one first. This is the one that I'm thinking about using. I realize that today is the 4th already, but I don't care. So I missed 3 days. I'm not too worried about it. I chose the purple. It did have other colors. It has like the big 2024, manage time and control life. Turn the page on yesterday, only ever think about today and tomorrow. We got the nice 2024 there on the spine, and on the back, keep imaginative and be on road. And we have two coordinating page ribbons. We have that beautiful opalescent inner cover there. 2024 xoxo. And then it's pretty standard. Previous year, next year, current year. Here, I do believe that these are the different holidays, Chinese holidays. And it immediately goes into your month at a glance. Is that what it's called? Where it's just columns. And then you do get a nice bottom bar here and a top bar. And then it goes into your full monthly. You get a generous sidebar, and you know, wherever there's extra space. They put a grid there for you, which is nice. Previous and future month. Saturdays are always gray and Sundays are always red. And you get 12 of those. In Hobonichi, they give you a few extra months so that you can pre-plan, but they do not in the Kinbor. Then we come to this page, which is, I don't know, it says plan of a new year, probably goals. So you have this large section up here, which is just grid, and then January through December. And then we go directly into the weeklies. I love this layout. I had this layout previously with my jib and techo, and I was really good with using it for a full year. As you can see, stickered it up, and I don't know if I really have any blank pages left anymore. Oh, here we go, the very last. So I'll show this one to you really quick. Okay, pause if you need to, and then we'll go directly into the Kinbor. Actually, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. Excellent, I have a new tripod and I think it's going to work out really well. All right, so you got your sidebar, you have this bottom, I don't know if I'd call it a bottom bar, but each day has its own blank section for you. It starts at 1, ends in 24, so you have your full 24-hour clock. You have the month here with the current week circled, and you have a small weather section and like an activity section. Saturdays, gray, Sunday, red. Although I like this better than the jib and techo because not the whole column isn't in color like it is here. See, whole column is slightly shaded. And then we'll zoom in. 1 through 5 are dark. Then we have your sunrise, water, 8, water, 10, 11, water, midday, 13, and just going down. So that's kind of fun. You got some water reminders in there. And then that's just how it is until we get to the very back here, where it ends on the 5th. All right, here, this is fountain pen ink. We'll go over that in a little bit. I had done this on camera before, but like I said, I'm refilming because it wasn't that great. This section right here, they give you a generous amount of just blank grid pages. They give you exactly 64 blank grid pages in case you want to make some daily pages, right? A schedule page, a gift page, a 21-day plan for maybe more goals. Our favorites page, which has been changed. We'll go over that in the other one because I can do a better side-by-side. Then we come to eye exercises. The encyclopedia, it says this is your paper sizing, which is pretty helpful. We have some conversion charts, map of China, because this is a Chinese product, world map and time zones, and then this is gourmet, 24 solar terms, personal information, back to that opalescent. They have a nice, really pretty like stamp here. And that's that. So I really like it. It really does remind me of the jib and techo. If you like the idea of having a date free, they do make a date free. However, it is narrower, so your weekend is going to be together. So you'll just have a small, yeah, you'll just have less space for Saturday and Sunday, but it's very much laid out the same, just obviously date free. And the paper is actually different too. This doesn't feel like that coated paper, and it's a little thicker. It's not my favorite, which is why it's still hanging out here. But yeah, if you need to start in like June or whatever, then it's not a big deal. And everything else is about the same in the back, except for the favorites page, which is the old way. So that's another option. Let's get into the A6 Kinbor Techo. All right, so I promised a few shout outs, and the first one is from Finish or Forget 9059. I would be interested in any differences between this year and last year. How has it held up with use? Great question. I have my old one here, my new one here, and then this is one that I bought a few years ago that is a date free that we'll look at really quickly. Just Scribble says, I don't have any questions as I've bought the Kinbors and shared them before. Just wanted to say yay for more Kinbor shares. They are such affordable planner options. Totally agree. If Hobonichi is just not for you because of, you know, shipping and all that, it does greatly increase the cost. This is a great alternative. And Egg Bunny says, please talk about fountain pen compatibility, whether it works with broad nibs, fine nibs, etc. Part of the appeal of Hobonichi planners is how they handle fountain pen ink. I agree. And I have not had any problems with fountain pen ink yet, but I will show that at the end. So there are two differences between last year's model and this year's, so we will actually just go over that first. We'll just get right to it. And it's on the daily pages, and this is going to be kind of hard to see, but we'll see what we can do. So this is last year's, this is 2023, and as you can see, the grid is just that, just straight grid. When we get to the 2024 model, there's actually a very faint solid line that goes down the center here. And that's most likely, I think, so that you can have like your timed section, and then over here have like your list section, or if you want to journal. I've done that in the past with my Stology, where I would create a timed section over here and then my to-do over here. And I think that's a really nice look. So it's kind of cool that they added that there. Like, you can easily disregard it because it is so faint, but it is there. See? Right here. The second major change, honestly, I don't know what they were thinking. Is the favorites page. So this is the 2023, and then the 2024 is this one. It's just not, I mean, I suppose you could just treat it as any line item list instead of like specifically using it as like what was my favorite book, movie, music, food, you know, restaurant, whatever. But you know, they took away the stars, they took away everything that was really cute and functional about the favorites, and they just made it into this. I'm not a fan, but you might be a fan. Or maybe you're like me and you don't even use this section anyway, so what does it matter? And those are the only two changes that I could really find regarding these two planners. Now, your second, so you had two questions. What are the changes or differences, and how has it held up with use? It held up really well. The spine looks great. The corners look great. No rips. It was in a cover. It was in this cover all year, which is helpful. I think most people use a cover anyway. I don't know. You tell me. Do you think it held up well? I think it did. And then this one has not held up as well. This is their date free. It just has like this binding here, just looks like a cheap ribbon. It's just paper. Even this actual paper on the inside feels very, very different from this one. It actually, I think it's a thicker gauge paper too. It's not nearly as see-through. But this is the day-free version. So that is available if you need to start something later on in the year and you don't want to buy something and then start in June or something. This is what the daily pages look like. So they do have that option, but just beware that you're probably going to have to reinforce the spine a little bit. It's not the greatest. I'll see if I can find the video that I made a while back going more in full detail of this guy. But this video is about 2024 planners. So I have the black cover. There is always a red cover version with the current animal of the year for the Chinese zodiac. They always look cute. This has the little logo. It says the year on the spine, and then I do believe this is the year in Chinese characters. Kinbor got their little logo. It has the same opalescent inner cover, flyleaf, 2024 Techo. And then basically these pages are just like the other one that I just showed you. Previous year, the next year, current year, you know, dates of note. And then we have our, I'm just going to call this like the horizontal month through December, and then our full month with the sidebar, and then they do give grid for whatever is extra. Gray for Saturdays, red for Sundays. Really self-explanatory and just, you know, well, it's well designed. It's very, very, very reminiscent of Hobonichi. Only goes to December, unlike a Hobonichi, which will go through March, I think. Gosh, I wish I could find mine and show you guys. I really apologize. I'm quite upset that I can't find it because I like to archive those things. It'll show up eventually. Then here it says plan of a new year, which just has that blank grid up here with January through December. And then the one thing that is different about the Kinbor from the Hobonichi is that you get a title page or dashboard page or whatever you want to call this for every month. So it just has the month, the year, and then it is wide ruled. It does not have the grid. So I've used this in the past as kind of like a no, sorry, that is a histology. We do not want histology. I used it a couple times just as a like a remember or like slap down like all my dates. Wait, where am I? Sorry. Here we go. So just kind of like upcoming events, but I don't know, you could have fun with it. Treat it like a dashboard. And then we have a timed section, which starts with just 3 dots, a sunrise, and then 7 through 17, a dot and a sundown. Holidays are in red, and we have a little calendar down here. It will have the current day, and then also the week. So I know, especially in Europe, it seems like they're really all about their, like, which week are we in. So that's cool. Here's that title page. Depending on how the days fall, you know, it'll either be in the beginning, like the beginning of the month, or here. Pretty self-explanatory. It goes all the way to the 31st. And then we go into our blank pages. Again, here are my fountain pens. And as you can see, some ghosting, but no bleed through. No feathering. It is really, really good paper for that. Oh, and this is one of those dot pens. Sometimes they bleed through. So we have blank grid pages after that. You don't get too many, just 16 of them. But they're there. Schedule page, gift page, 21-day plan page, favorite page. We just went over that. These are the same. We have our eye exercises. We have our conversion charts and paper sizes. Map of China. World map. Time zones. Gourmet recommended. 24 solar terms. They have this in the Hobonichi as well. Personal information page. The seal, which is in gold foil. Very pretty. And that opalescent paper. There you go. Let's get out those fountain pens. All right, moment of truth. We're gonna find out if these are gonna work or not, because it's been a little bit since I tried to do this. It's been over a month. So this is that TWSBI. Can you see? Yeah. Oh, cool. My TWSBI has never dried out on me, though. This is... I think it's a fine nib. It doesn't say on there. Oh, yes, it does. It is. This is a fine nib. No feathering. No bleed through. Just a little bit of ghosting, which you will have with this thin coated paper no matter what you use. Here's from Hobonichi, one of the uni pens. This is one that I found on AliExpress. I'll find the link for you. They're actually really good. We'll just call this a multi-pen. It is a gel ink. It's dark. It is not, this is not like a cheap imitation. It's pretty legit. And they're pretty cute too. The Sailor, this is probably dried out. This one, as cute as it is always drying out. Ooh, it's gonna make a liar out of me. Good, I'm glad. This says it's medium fine. And this is the Sailor Le Cool. And that's just their ink. That's the cartridge it came with. And then this is my Platinum Plaisir with my Jacques Herbin Platinum. This is another one that never, ever dries out on me. Jacques Herbin. And this one has gold flakes. So pretty. And this one, I can't highly recommend this pen enough. It is such a good one and it's so cheap. And it's an 03, which I think, oh, is that fine or medium? Or maybe it's a medium fine. I don't have any broad nibs, I apologize. And I don't have extra fine either. I kind of have my sweet spot here. As you can see, no feathering. No bleeding. It can hold up. This paper is great for fountain pen ink. There are people on YouTube who will trash Kinbor and say, do not use fountain pen ink. It is not fountain pen ink friendly. You will destroy your planner, blah, blah, blah. Listen, there are so many different types of fountain pen ink. You just have to find what works for you. And that's, for me, half the fun is experimenting and finding out what works and what doesn't work. Personally, I haven't found anything that doesn't work yet. I have found that sometimes a highlighter will bleed through, but I haven't had any personal problems with actual fountain pen ink. So, you know, as part of the process of trying something new is figuring out what works and what doesn't work. So I'm not ever going to trash these planners. You know, for the price point, it is what it is, right? And it does well. This I got out. This is a Stology that I've had hanging around for a long time. I like to just keep it around to mess around with. I'll just show you, because a lot of people are familiar with Stology paper rather than Hobonichi paper, which is no longer Tomoe River. Well, they call it Tomoe River, but it's a different manufacturer. It's a whole thing. Go ahead and Google it and you'll get the whole lowdown. And that's the Pilot Iro Shizuki. I don't know. Pilot. Wait. No, this is Uni. Uni multi-pen. Ali Express multi-pen. Sailor, the cool pen. Same pens, same ink, same results. So it's very similar, not the same. I saw someone else had asked that on my Facebook, or I'm sorry, not my Facebook, on my YouTube channel, but Just Scribble also responded for me, so thank you. I do not check very frequently, and that's something I should probably address in a future video, is how yeah, life takes me in other directions, and therefore I really am not able to put the amount of energy and time into this channel that I would like to. And I can't make promises, as I'm sure many of you will understand. If you have any sort of commitments in life, then you'll understand that YouTube doesn't always come first. or 3rd or 5th. So I will be around as often as I can. I do respond to all comments eventually. It might just take me a few months. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask them below. If I don't get to them right away, more than likely someone else will. I seem to have some people who kind of hang out in the comment sections for me. I appreciate it. You guys are so helpful. This is a really wonderful community here on YouTube, and I hope it stays that way. Have a great year. I'll see you when I see you. Bye.